Balloon Beats.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Live. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hensey, joined today by the man, the myth, the legend, Brian DeGennaro. How we doing, Brian?
Fantastic, Pat. How are you?
Listen, I can't complain. Chat, I don't know if you guys could tell off rip, but I'm completely locked in today.
He's locked in.
I'm in a good mood, probably because the Yankees don't play.
Isn't it such a good feeling?
We can't face any pain today. But listen, chat's everybody currently in the chat. Let's take roll call / attendance. We're back here at Unhinged time since it is an off day. Shout out to Amy, Lori, we got Cabazone, Jamie Borg, Stevie Bats, KG Baseball. Who else we got? We got Benji, Joseph, Bright, Jake, T-Bird, Jesse Dominguez, Go Yanks, BJ02, Jaden Nelson, Daniel Swainer. Sorry if I missed anybody. Hope everyone's enjoying their Yankees off day, right? Like I said, you can't be hurt if they don't play. But we didn't really get much news today, but Brian Cashman did hold a press conference. A press conference that we were all excited for once it was announced for 12:30 this afternoon. We got absolutely nothing from that. I feel like I'm more confused now than when we actually, before he talked, right?
A little bit, yeah. It's amazing you can go up to a podium for 40 minutes and just say nothing.
It makes no sense. It actually makes no sense. Brian, I just realized you have the same name as Cashman.
Amazing, isn't it? You just realized that.
Spelled exactly the same. I know, it just processed in my mind. Because exactly but listen, I watched the entire 45-minute thing, and it was probably 45 minutes I'll never get back.
Yeah.
Let me just say, Brian Cashman, I hate to come at you, my man, because we are boys, I guess, but I've never heard someone at such an authoritative position have such poor speaking skills. I mean, it's like every sentence is like a complete runoff. I thought sometimes my grammar is a little bit rough and I might be a little bit tough to listen to. Bro, it's like listening to nails on a chalkboard. I don't know if it's just because it's the topic he's talking about and it's just complete repetition of, I believe in this team. I believe in our coaching staff. Things are going to get better. I'm just like, bro, what are we doing?
No idea. Honestly, it is strange, though, because you would think a guy in his position would be able to talk to the media pretty well.
Right?
But I mean, I guess that's not really his skill set. That's fine. I'm not going to kill a guy for it.
No, I'm not. It's just, bro, if I'm going to listen to you talk for 45 minutes, I mean, give me a smile or something. Give me a little bit of energy.
Something.
I don't know, maybe drink a Red Bull before or something.
That would have been
Cash,
nice.
Do something.
Maybe a Red Bull vodka. That would have been cool.
Maybe. Listen, let me pull up some of the chat comments. Chat, listen, if you guys have any questions, any topics you want us to hit on, make sure you pop it in the chat tonight because there's not really much Yankee stuff to talk about, so we're gonna be relying heavily on y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I like the word y'all. It makes me feel like I'm country, you know?
Great, yeah, that's what we need.
Yeah. Swainer says prediction for Yanks playoff rotation. If Kluber or Tyone don't perform, what do we even do with them? I'll give my first answer to one of your questions. My prediction for the playoff rotation, I think Jordan Montgomery game 1. No, I'm playing. Garrett Cole game 1, obviously. I think Monty's going to be game 2. We talked about this before the season started. Jordan Montgomery like was a dark horse to finish the season as our number 2, and I think right now he's kind of solidifying that, right?
Big Monty guy. Yeah, I have been.
Not as big as Parra though.
No, well,
No, yeah,
no, of course not. Well, he's Andy Pettit to Parra, so I mean, understandable. I mean, I would like the Yankees to get back to 500 before we talk about playoff rotations, personally. But
Listen, I understand what you're saying. I do.
we're 5 games under 500 right now. 15 games into the season. Can we?
That's so sickening. That's actually sickening.
Like I still have like full faith that they'll make the playoffs, but let's not jinx it. We don't need any more bad karma right now, okay?
No, yeah, I get it, but like I think like the 3-4 would still be Tyone Kluber, right? If we're talking about playoffs,
Bro,
hypothetical playoffs.
If they don't come around, I don't like. How are we gonna make the playoffs if those guys cannot perform? Like the Yankees are relying very heavily on Kluber and Tyone. Are they not?
You know what I miss?
What?
I miss Tanaka.
Yeah.
Chat,
I
let me know
guess.
on a scale of 1 to 10 how much you all miss Tanaka, because I saw like I have to admit, a little bit weird. I was watching Tanaka highlights the other night just because I'm like, damn, I forgot what it was like to have like another like just gamer on the team, because Tanaka's an absolute gamer. We talk about like that killer mentality that Garrett Cole has. Masahiro Tanaka had that killer mentality, that Mamba mentality, as you will. And it sucks
Fair.
that he's gone.
No, I miss him for sure. I mean,
We miss Tanaka. We really do.
yeah.
Whatever. But listen, before I do address another comment, I do want to bring up something that Max Goodman, I believe he's with Sports Illustrated, brought up on Twitter. Kind of pissed me off a little bit, not going to
Oh
lie.
boy.
He mentioned that the 1997 Yankees were 5-10.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that was a team that finished with 96 wins. They made it to Game 5 of the ALDS, I believe. I don't understand the comparison whatsoever. The only comparison is that it was another Yankees team that ended up making the playoffs. Other than that, like, I hate when people make comparisons to like teams that so far in the past, right? Because like, let's say the Yankees were 8-8 right now. Well, the 1927 Yankees were 8-8. There's no comparison. Like, not one player on that team is anywhere near the league right now. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. I mean, if you're using it to say, oh, they still have time to turn it around, then fair. But like, don't use it to say, oh, they're gonna, they're definitely gonna be just fine. Like, this is a good sign that they're 5-10. Like, that's the way that everyone seems to make it sound, and it's like, just stop. Just stop. They look terrible right now. They still have time to come back, but we don't need to compare them to other, past teams.
Do you realize how far back that is? Like, 1997 was what, 25 years ago?
Yeah, most of the guys on that team have been retired for 15 years. Like,
Listen,
come on.
maybe I'm just nitpicking here, but I hate comparisons like that. Let me bring up another comment here. Devak Shah says, hate Boone, need to fire him. He doesn't have the mentality and spirit.
Bro. I think I said this the other day. Like, this is the first time that I've really seen Yankee fans turn on Boone. Like, we've always been critical of Boone, but it seems like everyone else is catching on now. Like, he might not be the guy. Like, let's just say it how it is. Like, nothing against the guy. I really want to like him so bad.
Yeah.
But it just seems like he's not the guy that's going to light a fire under this team, and that it's.
I agree. We've been knocking on Boone for years now, right? I mean, this isn't anything new. I don't think he's the guy, but what are we going to do about it? The Yankees love him. Brian Cashman still believes in him. So yeah, Boone's going to be around for a while as much as we hate him. Foodside says, have you seen that Brett Phillips vid? Did you see it?
No.
It seemed like fans were kind of like roasting him in the outfield, recorded it. I think he had a little bit of a reaction, then something on Twitter. I don't know the full story, but it seems like he was just a little pissed off at Yankees fans for heckling him. Bro, Brett Phillips, get your minor league helmet and get out of here. Like, just deal with the hate. Have you seen his helmet?
No.
He has a minor league helmet. Now, I'm not trying to roast him. He has the double flaps. He looks a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
Brett,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I just don't like people named Brett. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. Let's see. What time is our scheduled torture session tomorrow, aka the Yankees game? Jabuzi, I really like that comment. I believe 7:05.
Man, I'm having a good day. Can we just focus on the day off right now?
I'm having a really good day, but
like a
the game
Saturday.
tomorrow starts at 6:35. That means the pregame tomorrow will be at 5:30. I kind of like the 6:30 start times as opposed to 7.
Yeah.
I don't hate them.
I don't mind them. Done earlier, right?
Yeah.
More time to recover before bed.
Yeah. Stevie Bat says, I was watching a documentary about Billy Martin. That's who we need as manager. Obviously, now at this point, we can't have him, but somebody like him. Billy Martin's dead, right?
Yeah.
R.I.P. Billy Martin.
But I see what you're saying. I mean, I think Joe Girardi was in that vein. You know, like
Yes.
a tough guy that hard love,
Like you.
and all of that. Yeah, I'm a tough guy. You know me.
Yeah.
And I think that's really what the Yankees needed. You know, it was one of the things that everyone talked about when Boone was hired was that Joe Girardi set this culture for the Yankees, right? This young core came in, he set the culture of being this hardworking, hard-fought team, right? And then Boone came in and he was supposed to, take the team to the next level, but that just never happened. So it feels like we abandoned that hard love too quickly.
Yeah. Brian, I like the way you worded that. It was very analytic of you.
Yeah, I do.
Let's see. Playoffs? Are we talking about
Jamie.
playoffs?
Thank you, Jamie. We have twice as many losses as wins right now.
You even know math, Brian. Brian, you're on a roll today. You're just on a roll.
I can multiply 5 by 2. Yeah.
5 by 2 is 15. Nice. Jesse Dominguez says, I am scared that the Yankees might get swept by the Braves. If the Yankees get swept by the Braves, I'm mashing that panic button. Like, if the panic button was right here, I'm slapping that.
If it happens, I mean, like, what do they do at that point, honestly?
You just, bro, because then you're going on a 8-game road trip, and then you're playing 13 straight games in that period. You Panic City. Like, Panic City sets in. I'm sorry. If the Yankees don't sweep this series, I'll be very concerned. Because even if they take one of two, they'll still be 6-11.
6-12.
No, if they take one of two.
Right,
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
6-11.
See, I know math.
Terrifying.
Come at me. Yeah, it's rough. Amy says, do you think Boone is gone by the All-Star game? Probably not. I think if we're talking All-Star game 2030, maybe. But like 2021, it's 100% guarantee he'll still be around.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like he's not even on the hot seat right now.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. I mean, if you have a team as talented as the Yankees and they're performing the way that they are right now, I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter what goodwill you've built up. Like, I don't care if you're Joe Torre. Like, you're on the hot seat. Like, come on. But for some reason, Aaron Boone is untouchable.
Kind of like you here.
Well, I mean, I'm perfect. I never make mistakes.
Let's see. Daniel says Michael K was absolutely heated on today's show. Michael K show. Wait, how does it go? Michael K. Yes, is on the radio. Yeah, they played every single game. I mean, Futai says, Pat, I like saying y'all. Me from North Carolina. Yeah, that's my favorite word.
Nice.
Nice
I like
job,
you guys,
y'all.
but personally.
North Carolina is a cool state. I've never been,
It
but
is.
I'm just making an assumption. But you know what they say about when
Great
you
beaches.
assume.
What?
Do they actually?
They do.
Interesting.
What do they say about? What was it?
Well, no. You know what they say when you assume.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes an ASU out of M&E.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On a roll, Brian. Let's go. We got Para in the chat. Chad's Para. Love you, Para.
Para
Paraskivas T. Xenofantos. Love you, Para.
What does the T stand for?
It's
got.
I don't
It
know.
It can't be like Trevor, right? It's got to be.
No.
Like,
No, I know what it is. I don't know if Para wants me to say it on live though.
Is it? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Don't have to.
Yeah. I'll tell you later, Brian.
I'll text him after.
Text him. At what point do you think it's time to panic if the team continues to lose? If they get swept by the Braves, panic.
I'm panicking right now.
Are you?
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. That's okay. We need to find some crazy good luck charms for the Yankees. All right, Chad, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start a GoFundMe. And with that GoFundMe, we're looking to raise $10,000. And with that, we're going to be donating 10,000 boxes of Lucky Charms to the Yankees clubhouse. And they could just pick out the charms.
How about a giant bronze number 11 in Monument Park?
Maybe only if
on
you
the
wave
bright
those
side,
bandanas.
that would mean he retired, right?
That is, you never know. You really never know. So Para confirms it is Theodore, as in Roosevelt.
I'm sorry. It's Paraskevas Theodore Xenofantos?
It doesn't flow. It's not
doesn't
Greek.
flow, man.
It's not Greek enough. Theodoros.
Is that after Roosevelt?
I wonder. Para, let us know if it's after
We need some
Roosevelt.
background, Para. There's not a lot to talk about today.
Let's see. Cashman said Boone is supporting the whole team to get past through this tough time. Yeah, he loves Boone. We know it. Apparently Boone's been pulling all the right buttons lately. I don't know. Daniel says hashtag Unhinged KC with the best record in the AL. I don't want to say I told you all, but I told you all. Unhinged KC for the W. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah, are you, Brian? You're on the bandwagon.
Totally. I'm all in at this point.
That's what I'm
nothing
saying.
to lose.
See, but bro, I'm not trying to milk Unhinged KC here. Like, they have a really balanced lineup. They have guys who are like all power, like Jorge Soler, right? And then they have like Andrew Benintendi, Sal Perez, Carlos Santana, who all he does is get on base. They have Whit Merrifield. They have who else, bro? They have Michael Taylor. Like, they have such a diverse lineup with so many different types of hitters. The Yankees lineup is like 9 Jorge Solers. That's exactly what it is.
Now 8 and DJ LeMahieu.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so 8 and then 1 Whit Merrifield, right?
Yeah.
But listen, before I do address some more comments in the chat, because we have a bunch, I do want to bring up a video that Dan posted today on Yankees Avenue. And he kind of just opened up about how much of a mistake the Giancarlo Stanton trade was. And this is something that we've kind of talked about on live over the past few weeks, few months. But I kind of agree. And it's not Giancarlo Stanton's fault. He's an excellent baseball player. But he's just not what the Yankees needed, especially after 2017, coming off ALCS Game 7. Giancarlo Stanton was probably the last thing the Yankees needed in that lineup because, like we always say, you're essentially copying and pasting Aaron Judge. And there was no need for it. It held them back from getting a guy like Bryce Harper or spending money on pitching or a shortstop or something that they actually needed rather than devoting all that money to a DH. Right? It just didn't make any sense at the time either, but we kind of just ignored it because we're like, yeah, 2017 NL MVP. But now it's kind of kicking in.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, it seemed like a no-brainer, right? We got him for basically nothing. And he was the reigning MVP at that point. So it seemed like a good move. But, I mean, could you imagine what the Yankees would look like if it was Bryce Harper instead of Stanton?
No, I know.
Like,
they look so much
Stanton.
better.
He's a great player, but he's just not... he doesn't fit this lineup. Like,
yeah.
I mean, he fits it in the sense that everyone else is exactly the same as him. But, like, imagine a Bryce Harper, a left-handed bat, a guy who can play the field really well, a guy who doesn't just hit for power. Like...
I think Harper was the original plan. I really do think so. And also, if Harper came to New York, you lift that facial hair policy automatically. If that dude wants to have a beard, you let him keep that beard. But I think what they kind of realized was they had Stanton fall into their laps, and they're like, A, he's cheaper than Harper. B, the money's all that matters. He's cheaper than Harper. You know what I mean? They would have had to spend a lot more money on Harper than Stanton.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is.
I wonder if they also thought that like he was going to be able to play the field because he wasn't a bad fielder in Miami.
No, but that's what I'm saying, bro. At this point, try him in the field. What's the worst that could happen?
Well, I think they're just terrified of him getting hurt. But like, come on, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like at this point, I'd rather him in left field. At least once a week so that someone else can DH. Because if someone else has to DH, you have to sit Stanton, and it's just you're handcuffing yourself.
I know. Let's see. Dirtbike Nation says at least the Yankees didn't lose today. That's a positive, bro. When you don't play, you can't lose. You know what we did lose today? Nothing. Hey. Let's see. Boone will be 68 and still sitting on his ass in the dugout doing nothing. No. How old's Boone right now?
Like 50.
You want to make a bet?
51, I'm going to say.
He's 48. He's actually pretty damn young. Interesting. I would say he was in his 50s, but clearly not. Let's see. Hello. What's up, Fritz? Which tier 1 starter can you see the Yankees going after? Castillo, Hendricks. Who knows how Sevy returns? With this rotation, defense, and Glaber playing such shortstop, ain't going to be a World Series.
I mean, it's fair. I think that we need to see a little bit more of Tyone and Kluber before we see who they're going to go for, because
I agree.
If neither Tyone or Kluber work out, then I think you got to go for a high-end starter like Castillo. But like if they both work out, or at least to some extent, then you can go for sort of a lower end, more like a depth addition as opposed to like a number 2.
Yeah. Para Tyrannosaurus Rex Xenophantos Sorry
like
if I messed
that.
up that last name spelling.
I
Yo, we
like
should
that.
just call him that.
I like
Damn.
that.
Okay.
That's
Big
way
fan.
more fire. Like, I'm sorry,
Uh,
Barrett. No offense.
We got Jack Maitland in the chat. How we doing, Jack? Thank you for
What's up,
stopping
Jack?
by, my man. Let's see, what do we got? Think about this. Even if we win the next 4 games, we're still 9-10. Frick. Damn. You know what kind of hit me hard today? In the same Max Goodman tweet where he said the 1997 Yankees started out 5-10 as well, and then they went 19-6. Their record afterwards, going 19-6, is only 24-16.
Yeah, it's not great.
Which, bro, so right now we're saying if the Yankees start a crazy hot streak right now and go 19-6 over their next 27, is that right math?
25.
Over their next 25, they'd still only be damn it, 24-16.
Yeah.
I was
Not
so
great, Bob.
confident in that one.
It's okay.
So confident.
It's okay. It was close.
Yeah, that's right. We got Jay Lonzo in the chat. Chat to Jalen.
Hey.
Love you, Jalen. Jay Theodore Lonzo.
That's your middle name too, huh?
Patrick Theodore Hennessy.
You know what my middle name is?
Theodora.
Daddy.
Brian Daddy DeGenero, I guess. I don't want to say CJ and I told you so, but we told you so. You know what? CJ
what?
was the original
You're
that
gonna
was kind of
discuss
like, yo, check out Unhinged KC. They're like,
Oh.
what do you mean? Like, I was like, nah, KC's not that good. Then I looked up their roster, bro. Unreal. Unreal. Who was waving bandanas and pouring water on their heads the game that Jay Bruce retired? All right, this is something I do want to address as well. I saw way too much disrespect for Jay Bruce on Twitter when he announced his retirement. I understand the dude like wasn't that good with the Yankees, but have some respect for the guy who's had like an awesome 14-year major league career. I get his time with the Yankees was heavily disappointing, but give the dude a break. He was an awesome presence in the clubhouse, like for the time that he was here. He was kind of like that veteran leader that the Yankees were looking for. And personally, I think that he might find his way back in the game one day as kind of like a coach, like an Eric Kratz kind of guy, you know?
Yeah, I think he's well respected throughout the game, and he seems to, he has a lot of baseball knowledge. So he'd be a great coach.
Yeah. Let's see. Cashman expects to come back before the end of April. If it doesn't happen by then, maybe things will shake up. If the Yankees don't turn around by the end of the month, that panic button would be like smashed over my head.
Dude, if they don't turn around in the next couple of series, the next like 5 games, like honestly, if they don't win like 3 out of the next 5, I think we got big problems.
Yeah.
And even if
you
they
Elvis
do win 3, it's not even that good.
Yeah,
So,
right.
on.
You Elvis says, shout out to you Elvis, by the way, straight legend. Everyone batting over 250 for the Royals.
Must
Bro,
be
I
nice.
think we have one guy batting over 250.
Must be
No
nice.
joke. Love the Royals. Bro, if they get pitching, watch out. Shout out to Ruben Cruz, another legend in the chat. What's going on, my man? Would you rather deal Gio or Voit?
For what?
If we're being honest, I'd rather trade Glaber out of those two. Sorry.
Nice.
Not sorry. Ruben says, I'm not going to lie. I wanted Harper. He would have had balanced the lineup being left-handed, and he was willing to play outfield and even first base.
It would have
Also-
solved so many problems.
Bro, the swag of
Oh,
Bryce
yeah.
Harper,
Oh my
dude.
god, yeah.
Unreal. That dude would light up the Bronx.
Yeah, it's a travesty that he's playing in Philadelphia. Let's be honest.
No, I know. Like,
Horrible.
I hate to bash Philly, but like Philly's trash. Just saying. Stanton 2017 NL MVP is the new Chris Carter NL home run leader. Oh god,
Stanton's
don't
not
remind
that
me.
bad.
Don't remind me.
Let's not give Stanton too much hate because he has been, good when he's healthy.
Yeah.
So far this year has been pretty bad, but still.
No, yeah. Yeah, I think he's gonna turn around though. Like we saw what he could do in the postseason. He's gonna turn around eventually.
Yeah, I agree.
Bright says DJ equals Whit Merrifield, Gio Rochelle equals Hunter Dozier, Brett Gardner equals Andrew Benintendi, everyone else equals Jorge Soler. Kind of fair. I mean, I don't know if I'd kind of compare Brett to Andrew Benintendi. It's a little bit of a stretch, but yeah. Jay says Stanton trade was not the issue. The issue was penny pinching afterwards. They could have gotten Stanton and built the team that they chose not to. They chose not to. They could have gotten Harper and not re-signed Hicks. True.
I agree 100%, and I think that's the issue that we're talking about is the fact that they haven't done anything since the Stanton. Like they haven't they've been penny pinching since the Stanton trade, pretty much because of the Stanton trade. So if you knew that that's what you were gonna do, don't make that trade. Didn't make any sense.
Yeah. If we got Harper, Cole wouldn't be here. No, I disagree.
If you got Harper and Stanton, I think.
No, I'm saying if we got Harper instead of Stanton.
Oh, Harper instead of Stanton, no. But if you got Harper on top of Stanton, yeah, Cole wouldn't be.
I don't think Harper on top of Stanton would have made any sense, to be honest.
No. But that's the issue. Like,
yeah. Is that true? Harper ended up being cheaper than Stanton annually, but it was for a longer period of time.
Yeah, wasn't Harper like a 13?
It's like 13 year,
13
yeah, right?
300 million, something like that.
I still would have done it. I mean, Bryce Harper, bro. This might be a hot take. I think if Bryce Harper would have signed with the Yankees, he would have been the face of baseball.
Yeah.
Is that a hot take?
Do you think maybe that's why they didn't go after him, because they wanted Judge to be the face of baseball?
No, but I mean, no, I don't think so. I don't think that's the plan in their mind.
In regards to Stanton too, I think they could have signed Harper and then tried to trade Stanton. You know, I think they could have found some team willing to.
Yeah, but after you trade for Stanton, I mean, you just can't trade him away. I mean, he has a no trade clause too. He's not going to leave New York after 1 year. I don't know. It's brutal. If the Yankees were winning right now, though, like this isn't a conversation we'd even be having. So
not at all.
Futai, I agree with you when you say rather have a whole lineup batting 270 to 280 than a lineup that can hit 300 homers in a season. It means nothing because they're not going to do that in the playoffs. We know the teams that hit the most home runs in the regular season don't necessarily win the World Series every year. But the best offensive teams who could play defense and have good pitching, those are the teams that usually win it all.
Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier. Look at the Dodgers, for example, right? They're a team that's built to win the World Series, right?
Yeah.
The Yankees, on the other hand, are a team that's built to have a chance to win the World Series, right? Because they're built to get to the postseason. They're built to, do well over 162 games. But once they get to the playoffs, it's kind of a crapshoot. Are they hot enough to get to the World Series? Are they hot enough to win it? And so far, the answer has been no. And that's the problem. You're relying too much on being on a hot streak. You're relying too much on guys just being hot at the right time.
Yeah, I agree, Brian. We lost what was left of our dignity after that press conference.
I don't think
was it televised?
Left, to be honest, no, I don't think it wasn't on. Yes, that's for sure.
They were better off not televising that. They really were. I mean, oh god. The Yankees have to face Charlie Morton tomorrow night. I mean, Charlie Morton doesn't really scare me that much. But he'll probably pitch a no-hitter against us. Probably. I was bored today and started watching 2019 Yankee highlights. They seemed better without Stanton and Judge. We talked about this. We really talked about this. I remember talking about this when it was first happening in 2019. It was a completely different team with a completely different mentality, right? It wasn't home run or bust. They had situational hitting. They dropped bunts, right? They were just more well-rounded. It was more versatile. And there was even talks of when Stanton and Judge come back, like, how do you take Mike Tauchman out of the lineup? How do you take Cameron Maybin out of the lineup? Like, what do you do with these guys who are producing such a different level of Yankees baseball that's working?
Mm-hmm.
And then we all know what happened. I think that was enough of those. Pat, did you see Dan's new tweet about him saying that the Yankees should call up Derek Dietrich? Wonder where he got that idea from.
It's official.
I really wonder where he got that idea from. Because I remember Dan posted a tweet a couple days ago of like the Yankees should bring up Mike Ford or something, and I was like, that's a weird way to spell Derek Dietrich. He was like, I guess. So yeah, thanks, Dan. I feel like a Pirates fan right now. Yeah, we're getting down that route. We have Tyone too, so maybe.
And Cole.
Yeah, and Cole. There you go. Yo, what's going on, Julio? How we doing, my man? Has there been any Yanks news or rumors? No. Also, Pat is rocking some merch. Are we talking merch? Because unhingedclothing.shop, you get this t-shirt, $10. Go for it.
Fire.
Let's see. Oh, Brandon Kramer in the chat. Shout out to Brandon. The Yankees played very well today. Brandon, they
Best
did.
we've seen them all year.
This was honestly one of the best games I've seen in a while. Probably because I watched one from 2017 today. Let's see. When is Zach Brain coming back from the IL? I believe today in the presser, Cashman said either May 30th or June 1st.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know why May 31st wasn't an option, but I'm pretty sure he said either the 30th or the 1st. I don't know.
Maybe you forgot how many days were in there.
Probably, right? I wouldn't even be surprised at this point. Futai says, Derek's MLB The Show vids need his voice. I wish he talked to them. Tweeted him and tell him. Go for it. Let's see. Starters except for Monty and Cole give up crucial runs. The Yankees bullpen coming out early once again. Shit, here we go again. It sucks, bro, because the bullpen's been so good, but it's only a matter of time until they're completely gassed by like June, right?
We've already seen it. They already look gassed. I mean, they're gonna start struggling soon, and you got to get more innings out of your starters. You just have to. There's nothing else that we can say about it.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Bruce is a 108 OPS plus hitter. That's decent. He had a solid career. Like I remember when Jay Bruce first came up. I want to say it was like 2007. I was 7, and he was like one of the first like top prospects. I remember being called up, and the Reds came to Yankee Stadium. I was so excited to see Jay Bruce hit. I believe that team had Griffey too. Jay Bruce has a special place in my heart. I remember he was a tank when he first came up.
Yeah.
Like a beast. Would you rather win the World Series this year but not win for another 10, or not win this year but win the next 3? I'll take not winning this year and then winning the next 3.
Yeah, I'll take 3 as well.
Yeah, I'll suffer a year through hell if that means we're winning the next 3 easily. I miss Tanaka like Carsey.
Me too.
Bro, I miss him like so Carsey.
Totally Carsey.
I'm feeling so Carsey. Do we see a 2019 Yankees approach where they sign and trade for backup players and those backup players end up popping off? No, because the only reason those backup players came was because the entire team was injured. Well, for some reason, bro, it's so weird because the entire team is healthy and they suck. Have we seen this before?
No, I don't even know. I can't remember the last time. Well, I mean, Voigt's still hurt, but like for the most part, the lineup is healthy and we're just seeing nothing out of them. It's just, I don't know, man. They just feel dejected.
Once again, hello darkness, my old friend. My prediction for rotation this year: Cole 2.38 ERA, Taillon 3.38, Kluber 3.58, Monty 3.76, Herman 4.02. Now, was that before the year started?
Kluber's low.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I would say Herman's a little bit low. Also, Herman's gonna be back for the Cleveland series.
Great.
Did you see that news?
That's what we need.
Yeah, and also, this is another thing I want to touch on. During the presser today, Cashman called Devi. So I think I'm going to shift back to Devi because I kept calling him Devi Garcia. Everyone's like, no, it's Davey. I'm going to go back to Devi because if Cashman calls him that, I'm calling him that. It just flows so much better.
It sounds nicer. I like it.
Yeah, Devi. Like Davey? Where's Severing? I believe he means Severino. I think he should be back like June, July.
Yeah, probably on the All-Star break, I think.
Yeah. Guess what? I'm getting MLB The Show in 2 hours and 35 minutes. Let's go, Swainer. Solid. Love to hear that.
Waiting till midnight?
Yankees look like an employee who hate his job but still goes to work because of the money. I wish I could disagree. That's a pretty
apt description, honestly.
I wish I could disagree with you. Matt Rose says, love the profile picture, by the way. It is the symbol of pain and sorrow. Harper is essentially getting the same money as Stanton. If you ask me which one I'd rather have, it's Harper easily. We still would have gotten Cole. Yes, Matt. Yes. Love it. Bryce Harper is just a beautiful human being, too. I mean,
he's awesome.
That flow, the beard, bro, he's like a Clint Frazier from the left-hand side of the plate with a nice beard and just love him. Swag. Brian, when you say swag, you know what I'm picturing? Like like that gif of like that old guy with like a backwards hat holding the skateboard. He's like, "What's up, my fellow kids?" Yeah, okay. There you go. Swag. Jalen says Judge was also much more of a sure thing when Harper was available. Looks worse now because Judge and Stan both can't stay on the field. This Jay Lonzo guy has like really good takes. Yeah, we should maybe bring him on one day.
Whatever website he works for, they must be quality.
This Jay Lonzo guy, we should. Yeah. I might hit him up, see if he wants to like join our team, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
People undervalue how good Miggy's bat was in 18. He had 297 with 27 home runs. He didn't have crazy power, but his contact skills were amazing. When he came out, you knew he would at least make contact.
No. Because
bro, he was really good.
But if you look at all of his peripheral stats, not good. He got very lucky a lot of the time.
I guess.
And we've seen, he's been hurt, But like he hasn't been able to get back to that.
Yeah, I mean, I think 2019 though, we all had super high expectations for him going into the year. No,
No, I didn't. I had much higher
interesting.
expectations for Torres, and I think
Oh,
maybe he
same.
outplayed him,
No, yeah,
and
yeah,
that was a little bit of a surprise to me. But I mean, I don't. What do you even do with him at this point? It just seems like
nothing.
he's never gonna get back.
It's just a product of the Yankees waiting too long to trade a guy.
Yeah.
Their value completely plummets, and now you're kind of stuck with him,
Prospect
right?
hugging. It's
Yeah.
we see it. We see it time and time again. It's Cliff Lee all over again, right?
Ugh,
Sorry.
don't. Oh, Jesus. When Voit comes back, put Glaber at second, DJ at third, and Gio at shortstop. I don't know. It's so confusing.
No, I don't want this. No, because the issue is DJ is a Gold Glove winning second baseman, and Gio is a great third baseman. You need those guys in those positions. If you want to move Glaber, you got to get rid of him. Like that's the only he either has to be the shortstop or he's gone. Like you can't have it both ways, because then you ruin the rest of the infield.
Yeah, it's true. 2019 was such a fun year. If we had Cole, I really feel we would have won the World Series 100%. 100%. And I think the biggest mistake the Yankees could have made, and I hate to say this, like looking back on this core, if this team doesn't win a championship, because the window for the core is like, it's quickly closing. I hate to say that, but I never thought we'd come to this point, but it's quickly closing.
Mm-hmm.
Their biggest mistake is going to be letting Houston dominate them on the trade market.
Mm-hmm.
And just acquiring what was needed to win it all. And I would say Houston would be the Yankees' biggest downfall of this core, just because in 2017, we knew the Yankees lacked pitching, right? And they did go out and get Sonny Gray. They added some bullpen help in Canely and Robertson. But the Astros went out and they got Justin Verlander. And then 2018 comes around. The Yankees get Stanton. What do the Astros do? They get Garrett Cole. And then 2019 comes around, trade deadline. Astros already have a solid rotation. The Yankees don't. What do the Astros do? They go out and get Zach Greinke.
Yeah.
So it's like it seemed like during this core, other teams always made the necessary moves to win a title, and the Yankees just didn't.
Well,
and that might be what's going to be.
Prospect hugging, right? They're always afraid to pull the trigger on those big trades because you have to give up a lot of prospects. But the issue is, we've seen so many prospects fail the last few years. Like, look at it. Think about all the guys that were supposed to be huge players. Estevan Florial, right? We got Andujar is another good example. You know, even Clint Frazier to an extent, just because of the way that they've used him, not even necessarily to his fault. But like you're just holding on to all these prospects that what are you even going to do with them? Like, there's not enough room for all of them anyway. Just at some point, you got to pull the trigger. You got to go all in, and this was the time to go all in. And it's too. It might be too late at this point, honestly.
Yeah, that's exactly my thing. It's like if you knew that you were going to go into the season like platooning Brett Gardner and Clint Frazier, bro, just trade the dude. Trade the dude because
horrible plan.
His all-time high value was likely after last season. After 2020, when he kind of lit the world on fire last year for the Yankees, you should have just traded him after that if your plan was to platoon the dude with a 36-year-old left fielder.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Absolutely. Makes zero sense, and I'm going to get angry again about Clint Frazier. Like, the guy is a star. He's a stud. Like, if you play him every day, he's an all-star. Like, no question about it. But if you're going to platoon him, he's going to struggle because he's not going to get enough at-bats. So why are we not playing him? It just...
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit up here and complain for an hour. I'm sorry.
I do want to bring up one thing, actually.
Yeah.
If this is the real Brandon Kramer, I should fire you right now just for saying this. Like, this might be the stupidest comment of the night. Hicks was spotted at a bar with a female after yesterday's game.
Is it a female
Okay?
person?
Okay?
Good for
okay.
him.
In the words of Drake, okay? Thank you. Benji says, when is Schmidt coming back? I don't know. I think he has tennis elbow, right?
I don't following Clark Schmidt, to be honest.
No, that's just mean. You don't prospect hug, Brian? Let's see. All the Cashman prospect hugging is squeezing the life out of this team. It's like such a tight hug. It's like, bro, it's like Jack never let go. But he's like prospects never let go. And it's such a tight hug, and it's a little bit ridiculous at this point. Yeah. Amy says oh god. Amy says, basic question, do you think the Yankees win the World Series?
No.
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm sticking to it.
I'm totally. I'm. Okay. Let's get back to 500 first, please.
Just let me stick with my prediction, huh? The team is healthy but have no competitive fire to them. Is it because Sabathia is gone? Truly asking, LOL.
I mean, that could be a factor for sure. He
Listen,
did bring some life to this team that just seems. DOA.
let me tell you something, Brian. Let me inform you on
Please,
the
learn
thought
me a
process
thing.
of Patrick Hennessy.
Let's hear it.
Listen, we know I was a firm believer in letting Didi walk, right?
Mhm.
I thought that his time in the Bronx was up, fine. But
Yep.
what the biggest mistake I think the Yankees made was not finding a replacement for Didi Gregorius, and not in the sense of shortstop, in the sense of clubhouse chemistry and kind of like leadership, fun. They never replaced the presence that he had in the clubhouse, and nobody kind of stood up and took his role. And I think that was the biggest mistake in letting him walk. It wasn't production-wise, because let's not get it twisted. Didi Gregorius was like another like home run, strikeout kind of guy. He couldn't hit the ball to the opposite side of the field. But what he brought to the clubhouse was so valuable.
Yeah, I think Tanaka was another one of those guys that just brought, this positive energy to the clubhouse and, this like veteran leadership even. So you're right. It just doesn't feel like the same Yankees. They don't feel like they have that same chemistry that they used to.
Yeah. Let's see. Brian's right on the money. Look at you, Brian. Earning some fans in yourself tonight.
When have I ever been wrong, chat? Come
on. What about when you were saying that Brett Gardner should be retired in Monument Park? Waving the bandanas and the flag. Yeah, sure.
It's a joke.
If we got Corbin, do you think the Yankees go for Cole or no? They probably would have, but looking at Patrick Corbin right now, like he has a quality name, but I think he gave up like 10 earned runs in one inning the other night.
Yeah, I don't know.
He did lead the Nationals to a World Series in 2019 though. So
yeah.
Hot take: the Yankees should sign a solid back-end starter like Cole Hamels in the number 4 spot in the rotation. I think Hamels can provide a decent season. If he's healthy, he's a very solid arm to sign. It would kind of be the same thing as like a Corey Kluber, though, no?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But that was the expectation for Kluber, and it still could work out that way. He's only had a couple of starts, but yeah, it's not looking good.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm a troll. I'll stop. LOL. Does that mean that that's not actually Brandon, or is that Brandon?
Trying to cover his tracks.
It is, right? Because now we got hashtag shut up Brandon. Isn't he engaged? What's wrong with that? Hicks needs to relax. Hashtag shut up Brandon. Stop being weird. Oh my god. I was told by 2 longtime beat writers that Cashman refused to move Torres for Castillo straight up. If true, oh boy. I think we kind of heard that in the offseason. The Reds wanted Gleyber Torres for Luis Castillo. The Yankees said no, and reasonably so.
Yeah,
at the time.
I don't hate them saying no to that.
At the time, yeah, but right now, if that offer comes around, do you do it?
Yeah, it doesn't look great now. I mean, I don't know, man. What do you think about Torres? You think he'll turn it around?
On another team, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
You think his time here is up?
Listen, I think just with the Yankees coaching mentality and kind of how it seems like they're pushing like the home run or bust, I think that's a game plan that Gleyber Torres is not going to flourish in. I really don't think so. If you put Gleyber Torres on a team like the Dodgers, I think he's probably one of like the best hitters in baseball. No joke.
I think you're right. I mean,
he has way too much potential. Yeah. Way too much potential. And it sucks because, like, it's one of those, it's not you, it's me. Like, maybe we just need to go our separate ways and just be better people alone.
Or alternatively, maybe the Yankees should adjust how they approach.
No, that's the logical option. That's the logical option. But I just don't see it happening. I really don't.
I don't either. But it's not working. Wake up.
Yeah. They have to sign one of the big-time shortstops this offseason. Get me Trevor Story. Who do I have to say to make this happen?
It's not happening. I don't know why
I want Trevor.
Getting your hopes up.
Because I want him. Paraskevas, Trevor Story, Xenofontos.
It's not happening.
I almost feel like...
Sorry, go on.
No, go for it, Brian.
I was going to say, we need like at least another all of this season and all of next season of Glaber being terrible for the Yankees to actually move on to him because he needs to completely kill his trade value before we do that.
Oh
So,
yeah, no, yeah.
yeah.
Let him be garbage for like 3 more years.
There's no chance the Yankees are trading him when he has any sort of trade value. So
No.
don't
No, you
get
can't.
your hopes up.
Nah, you can't. It just, bro. I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into
We've
it.
already gotten into it. Let's move on.
Yeah. I almost feel like DJ, Kluber, and Cole, serious personalities, replace DD, CC, and Toe, and influence the rest of the clubhouse. It's like they don't want to have fun anymore. Now, take Cole completely out of that equation because he's not a serious personality. He's an absolute killer personality, and I think he provides something the Yankees clubhouse has been missing. And that's kind of like the guy who's going to go out there and be like, "Yo, so what? It's the 5th game of the season. Let's go out there and absolutely kill."
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Like I want to dominate the opposing team. Now, DJ Kluber, I could understand like how they're kind of like more boring, serious personalities. Because like, they're not going to be like the guy who's going to get like super pissed off or show any sort of emotion regardless.
Right.
But not replacing DDCC. Get the Toe stuff out of here. I'm sorry, chat. Like I understand like Ronald Torres was like a fun player to have around, but I don't think he was like the beacon of fun in the clubhouse and kind of like was the reason the team was winning. I think it's kind of like such an overblown narrative that's kind of thrown around about him. But DD and CC are 2 guys that seriously are missed in that clubhouse as far as leadership, mentorship, and one of the Yankees' biggest mistakes was kind of thinking that Brett Gardner was that veteran leader because veteran leader just doesn't come around as you've been on the team for so long. So you're a veteran leader in this clubhouse and can guide the team through all these struggles and help out these guys. Didi Gregorius was a veteran leader and he was only on the team for a few years. It matters with the guys' personalities, how they interact in the clubhouse and just stuff like that. And that's what they've seriously been missing.
Hit the nail on the head right there. Perfect.
As I usually do, you know?
Well,
I try my best. Try my best. I missed the Tonight Show. Like, okay, fun stuff like that, sure, but that's stuff that could easily be recreated with any other guys, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like Todd Frazier, for example. Who else? There was Tommy Canley, bro. I mean, just
Tommy Canley was another
all
one,
these different personalities who actually gave the Yankees production too. And I'm not saying Ronald Torres was terrible, but he was a bench guy. I'm talking about usually you would want to see a guy in the everyday starting lineup provide that sort of energy on the field, right?
Yeah, like a Didi. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so mental for Glaber right now, and he's going to get out of this. I have faith. I do have faith he'll get out of it, but I don't know if we'll ever see 2019 Glaber again. I don't.
No, I think you're right. Like you said, he's changed his approach. He's not the same hitter that he was in 2019. You know, he's looking, it's home run or bust. And I don't know if it's going to work out for him.
Jalen says, hate to say this, Pat, but Clint Frazier said in that podcast, Gardy has been the best teammate he's ever had, called him a great leader and role model. Listen, if Clint feels that way, I'm not somebody to like counter that, but I'm just saying like based on what we've seen, bro, like I hate the whole like banging the bat at the top of the dugout thing. Like I don't just see that as like a team building exercise, right? It's more of just like a Brett Gardner show, right?
Well, it's him getting frustration out more than hyping the team up.
Yeah, but the fact that it's like a team joke.
But yeah, I guess. But I mean, I think, yeah, I mean, it became sort of a rallying cry for the team. So I don't think you can kill him for that. I think it's more the fact that he's not like, he doesn't, or at least he doesn't seem to be like the fun guy. You know, he's not the guy making jokes in the dugout, laughing with everyone. The way
he just steals turtlenecks.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. To be honest, the Trevor Story trade is valid because the Rockies are hopefully not trying to be competitive right now as in trying to rebuild. Now, I would love the idea of trading Gleyber Torres for Trevor Story straight up if Trevor Story was under contract for a few more years. The only issue is he's a free agent at the end of the season, so why give up Gleyber Torres for him now if you could just sign him at the end of the year and not give up Gleyber and just use Gleyber for like another asset like pitching?
Yeah, but I mean, look at some recent trades that have happened. Mookie Betts, Francisco Lindor. I mean, guys that got traded with a year or so left and then were extended. So, I mean, it is a good... it's a risky business. It's risky business. It is. It's risky, and you have to be pretty confident that you can re-sign that guy. It also handicaps you a little bit because you're kind of forced to give in to whatever demands this guy because you gave up a lot for him. But, I mean, I'm not totally opposed to trading for him.
Yeah.
I know you are.
Stevie says, I agree. Todd Frazier, energy on the field, right? Yeah, he's going to get out of this. I have faith. I do. Was he talking about Clint Frazier?
I think he's talking about Glaber.
Oh, yeah. Either way, I agree. Um, we need to get rid of Frazier and Torres and Hicks. It's tough to do that right now just because these guys have no value. But the Yankees like when guys have no value. Seems like when they
do.
trade them the most,
Yeah. I mean, I think
Ooh.
Frazier is out of those three. I think Frazier is the most likely to turn it around, right?
Yeah.
Even Hicks. I'm not too worried about Hicks.
Brian, I did want to bring this up to you. Those trades, Mookie, Lindor, Machado, didn't require huge hauls, especially like a Glaber Torres in return, right? Like,
That's
bro, Glaber Torres would be a lot for like half a season of Trevor Story.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. Jesse Dominguez says this is the worst we have seen the Yankees play so far. Tonight was probably the best we've seen them play so far. Bro, can't lose if you don't play. Let's see. What do we got? Toe was a good hitter with the Yankees. He batted like 280 to 300 with the Yankees off the bench. Never said Toe wasn't good. I think he's a little bit overrated by the fan base, though. Sorry.
He's beloved.
Yeah, I don't get it. But Springer and Correa are cheaters, and I will always hate them. They did worse than steroids. I think the Yankees should sign Carlos Correa to like a $400 million deal. Just let him be like the shortstop forever. Lifetime contract, maybe.
Does he come with the trash can?
Can you imagine if the Yankees signed Carlos Correa?
Oh, I would. Vomit.
Could you imagine that?
I would be. Then I would 100% be a Royals fan.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
let's go.
We're legitimately changing to Unhinged, Casey.
Did you guys see the umpire that was mocking Gardner for his bat and dugout thing? It was pretty funny. I did see that because Yes Network kind of played like a montage of it, of like a bunch of umpires kind of like mocking it. Like, I'm sorry, I never got anything out of the Brett Gardner thing. Sorry, like two. Okay.
I have no love for umpires, so.
I thought you loved them. I thought you wanted to be an umpire. Oh, that. Okay, chat, for those of you who were wondering why Brian doesn't like umpires, it was because on his first day of umpiring school, he got bullied and he kind of like went home crying and he's like, I'm never going
subject, all right? I don't want to talk about it.
No, yeah, we won't talk about it anymore. I'm sorry. Let's see. Look, man, the Story trade would be better than the Arenado trade. I'm surprised that they didn't trade Story in the offseason instead of Arenado. It would have made a lot more sense. I can't see them getting a bigger package for him at the deadline. I just can't.
Probably, I don't know. I can't predict it at this point.
You can't see the future? Thought you could.
No, I used to be able to, but I lost it.
Carl Torchia says, "Bring in Gittins. Any thoughts, bro? Bring up anybody.
Anybody, literally. Just
Derek
I don't even
Dietrich.
care at this point. Like
Brian DeGennaro. Right now, looking at the Yankees, there's one guy who could change the entire chemistry of the clubhouse. This whole time.
Derek Dietrich?
Listen to me, Brian. Listen to me. Look at me. This whole time, we've been talking about guys like Tommy Kahnle, Todd Frazier, CC Sabathia, Didi Gregorius. What do they all have in common? A fun personality, huh? Right?
I can't believe it, but I actually agree with you.
You know who has a fun-ass personality and is currently under contract with the New York Yankees, but up in Scranton at the alternate site?
Who, Pat? Tell us.
His first and last name both start with the same letter, and that's Derek Dietrich. The dude is swole. He has personality. He gets in fights. He pimps home runs, and he's better than Rougned Odor. Give me Derek Dietrich, chat.
Unfortunately,
let's go.
I kind of agree with you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you know that. Let's go. Now I kind of hype myself up. If I don't wake up tomorrow and see an alert on my phone, Yankees have what's it like picked up the contract for Derek Dietrich and he's going to report to the major league roster tonight, I might be a little bit upset. Just because I kind of place this in my head right now and I'm way too amped up about it. And have you seen Derek Dietrich and like kind of what he looks like in those navy blue at the alternate site?
Yeah.
I want it. I want it.
Yeah.
Give me Derek Dietrich. Chat, I'm so amped up about this right now.
Pat, stop getting your hopes up. It's not going to happen.
I need it. He's the one guy right now.
It's gonna be Mike Ford.
Brian,
gonna be Mike Ford. Just
I might need to make a video about this now.
Go for it.
The one guy who can picture COVID-19. It's a thing that's kind of been like a thing for the past year or so, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Now there's a vaccine for it. There's a vaccine for it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a vaccine for the Yankees' lifelessness.
Is there?
And It's a syringe, and inside of it, it's Derek Dietrich juice. Okay, you inject the Yankees with that Derek Dietrich juice.
You had to make it weird, right?
And then all of a sudden they get a little bit better, huh?
You just had to make it weird.
All right,
moving
on.
You had me, and then you lost me.
Moving on from my little rant. We got Peter in the chat. Shout to my boy Peter. Good evening, everyone.
What up?
Good evening, everyone. Let's see. I think this team is done. I don't know a team that started off 5-10 that made the playoffs in a long time. It happens, Michael. I still have faith in them.
Tweets on Twitter about
True.
Teams that have gone 5-10 and then come back. No, it's I don't want to say that they'll definitely be fine because, like we've said, there's some real issues that we're concerned about here. But it is still pretty early in the season. Let's give them some time to turn it around. Let's not panic just yet. Give them another
Joe panic?
or two.
Yeah. Amy says, who's going to replace Bruce? Did they not replace Bruce on the roster yet?
No, it's going to be Mike Ford.
No. Now this is just playing into my scenario even more.
No, Pat,
wow.
Stop. It's not.
Wow.
It's not happening.
It's
not happening. Mike
chat.
Ford's been tearing it up at the alternate site.
I got to have a one-on-one with the chat right now, Brian.
It's not happening. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to come between you two. Stop. Sit down. Stop getting your hopes up. It's not happening.
Just wait. So you're telling me that the Yankees have an open roster spot?
I tried. I really tried.
You're telling me that the Yankees currently have an open roster spot? That's all. I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
His first day at school, they told him, you're out. Nice. Dietrich is trash, Pat. DD stinks. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah, Derek Dietrich sucks. He's not good now. We'll get ready to be upset. All right, you know what? What if I pull up some Derek Dietrich stats, huh? How about I kind of prove myself wrong?
Do you see what you did?
You know, let me look at this. I was
having a good day. Yankees didn't play.
All right, listen, Brian. I'll go back to the season with the largest sample size because he only played 25 games last year with the Rangers. 2019, played 113 games with the Reds, 19 home runs, 43 RBIs, batted 187, but my man had a 328 on-base percentage. That's not bad for batting 187. Oh, I'm roping you in. Come on.
Still bad. No.
Okay, what did Mike Ford do last year? Let me know. No, let me know what Mike Ford did last year. How many positions does Mike Ford play, Brian?
Got me there. Yeah.
How many positions does Mike Ford play?
Versatile, huh?
Ooh. Do you want to know how many positions Dietrich plays? He plays just about everywhere. I don't know
exactly how many, but I know he plays them without sleeves, so that's pretty cool.
Exactly. Jaden says we need to bring Dietz to the Bronx. He can turn the team around, and to top it all off, he's my favorite player.
Wow.
Pat is getting me hyped as frick right now. I'm sorry I have that impact on people.
Look, honestly, I think it would be a good idea at this point, right? I would take anything to inject some life into this lifeless team.
Yes.
I just don't see it happening. I don't want to get my hopes up. You know it's going to be Mike Ford, so stop it.
Don't say that.
You're being irresponsible.
No, I'm not.
You're being irresponsible.
As a content creator.
Oh,
this is my duty.
You're lying. You're just lying to chat right now.
I'm not lying. I'm saying that this is a very realistic possibility. And I need to make a Photoshop of Derek Dietrich in a Superman outfit because he is the passion, the heart of the New York Yankees. Okay, I'm on that wave.
Oh boy,
man. I said it after the 2017 season that I wish Girardi kept his job. They aren't going to win with Boone as manager. He's too soft on the players. The Phillies will win a championship before the Yankees. That's bold. That's bold.
I don't know about that, but I do agree that letting go of Girardi was a huge mistake. Mistake.
Yep.
Fatal
Patterson
mistake.
has officially gone insane. Rip Pat's sanity. Whatever to April 19, 2021. You know, if you want to fill in that whatever, it's May 4th, 2000. My birthday's coming up, Chad. I don't know if anybody wants to get me a cake. You know what the Yankees could do for me for my birthday? Call up Derek Dietrich.
Okay. That'd be fair.
Just saying.
I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. You see, you got yourself hyped up now. And now tomorrow when they say Mike Ford's coming up, you're just going to be all... And then we got to deal with you on the pregame and the postgame. We deal with you on the pregame saying, oh, it should be Derek Dietrich. Mike Ford's not going to do anything. And then Mike Ford's going to do nothing all game. And then in the postgame, you're going to be like, it should have been Derek Dietrich. It's just gonna be this endless cycle and just...
You know what it's not going to be, though?
What's it not going to be?
You know what, Brian? I do want to show you something really quickly.
Oh, here we go.
Because, listen, I don't think we're going to be upset.
Video?
You know, it's not. But look at this. Derek Dietrich rips a 2-run double with the bases loaded in the third inning. You know what that is? That's hitting with runners in scoring position. Let's watch this video.
He's not going to fit on this team then. If he's hitting with runners in scoring position, no, we don't want that.
That's against the Phillies alternate site team, Brian. That's my guy, Derek Dietrich.
The prestigious Phillies alternate site team.
Bro, all I'm saying is I want Derek Dietrich. It just makes so much sense.
It does. It makes a lot of sense.
Like, way too much sense at this point. And, like, what do I have to do in order to get him on this team? Like, do I have to make some calls?
Do you have connections?
I might have to make this happen. I've gotten myself way too excited. It's like at that point where it's like, you know, like we always say, like we like not to set, we don't like to set the bar too high just because like you're just setting yourself up for disappointment.
Exactly.
I feel like that's kind of what I'm doing right now.
I know that's what you're doing right now. That's why I tried to stop you 15 minutes ago.
Okay, but if we're being honest with each other, wouldn't it make sense to bring him up? He's better than Odor. He's better than Ford. He's better than Bruce.
I agree. And he brings that fire that they need. But Mike Ford hit a homer like yesterday at the alternate site. So it's not happening.
John says they were going to call up Wade. Sorry, Pat.
Oh my God. If they call up Tyler Wade, I'm done. I'm just done.
I'd probably flip my desk.
I'm done.
I'm live.
Just done. I'm done.
All right. Listen, Jalen says Gittins and Ford have been balling at the alternate site. You know who else has been balling?
I'd take
my boy Dietrich, bro. We just saw a double. Derek
Guy
Dietrich
gets one hit and all of a sudden he's balling, huh?
We're gonna put some Derek Dietrich juice in the syringe. We're gonna inject it into the Yankees. He's gonna bring fire to the clubhouse. It's gonna be essentially a 2017 Todd Frazier. He might not give the Yankees the best production, but he's gonna be a spark, straight spark, bro.
Love it. Let's
go. Chat, on that note, hope you guys enjoyed the live stream today for the off day. I am going to be going live on Twitch now. We're probably going to be playing MLB The Show as usual. Twitch.tv/Unhinged New York. You guys could head over there. I just put the link in the chat. Appreciate everyone for stopping by. The game tomorrow does start at 6:30, so we're going to be live for the pregame at 5:30. You guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Tomorrow, for the pregame, we might be a little bit excited because I have a good feeling Derek Dietrich is going to be coming up. I don't know. Chat, listen, I'm a little bit excited. I'll see some of you on Twitch in about 5 minutes. Pre-recorded video coming out on the channel as well tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern time. You guys know the deal. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. See you tomorrow, 5:30. Peace.